Welcome back to this luxury mindset series. And in this video today, we're going to talk about your career, your vocation, your job, the work that you do on a day-to-day, how this plays a big part, all right, and really having this luxury mindset, really feeling like you're living on purpose, really feeling good about yourself and your life, feeling optimistic, feeling like you have meaning and purpose. Okay. Now, this is going to be the final video of this luxury mindset series. This is video 6. So if you were just now tuning in to this luxury mindset series, welcome. And if you are back again, and this is the final video, but maybe you've missed some, whether you're new or you've been following along for a while, go back to the last 5. This is 6 total, and they're all back to back. So you can just like catch up a bit, okay? And kind of follow along with the series. If you're someone that is really intrigued by, oh, a luxury mindset, well, what the heck is that? And it sounds good, but let me get a bit more information and how is this something I can create for myself? That's what I've covered in the past 6 videos, including this one. So let's go ahead and dive in. Your career, what you do on a day-to-day, yeah, I mean, it definitely plays a big part in your overall fulfillment and joy and just feeling like you're, living an intentional life, right? Really feeling this inner peace and fulfillment. I'll tell you a little bit about my story. So I have been in the personal growth, life coaching for women industry for about a decade. But, I'm 41, so I got into this right about 30, 31. But I had a totally different career before that, right? So when I was 20, I got into finance. I did mortgage banking for a while. That market crashed. And then I got into insurance, life insurance and annuities. So finance, like retirement planning. I found purpose in that work. I really did. But I got to tell you, and, no offense to someone who's in this industry, it really is at the end of the day about like sales, your numbers, the income. How good are you doing? How much are you doing? And it's completely male dominated. I mean, I'm pretty sure like it's still pretty male dominated to this day, just the finance industry. And I got to a point to where I'm like, okay, I'm making all this money, multiple 6 figures. I bought myself a really nice luxury car, an Audi A8, really nice condo with super high ceilings, latest, appliances, really, really fancy, really chic. Spent a lot of money to get my nails done, to get my feet done, nice wardrobe. I went out a lot to have fancy meals, fancy wine. I did a bunch of luxurious travel trips, all this stuff, okay, that I did in my 20s. And I mean, that's pretty fortunate, right, for a 20-year-old. But I got to tell you, I'm just being really honest. And I think this is a lot of people because you're trying to find yourself in who you are. And if you feel like you got a lot to prove to somebody, like you need to prove your worth, you need validation to feel like you're loved and that you're important, you're going to go outside and like do all like really achieve for attention and for things. So I did that for a long time until it wasn't working anymore. So what happened is I basically had a rock bottom at 30 or 31. I think it was 30. And that's when I discovered life coaching. And that's when I hired my first coach. And within not even a year, it was about 9 months, maybe 10 months, she helped me to completely rewire my mindset by helping me just understand my childhood upbringing, how that's not who I am, how there was a lot of programming and conditioning for so many years at a young age, how the way I was doing life and doing things and how I was showing up in romantic relationship and all, and how I always felt like I needed to prove myself and my worth, that I don't have to continue living and striving and self-abandoning anymore. I didn't have to continue doing that. Like I could actually be happy and do work that's fulfilling. So working with my life coach for nearly a year it was 10 months, major changes happened. I'll share some of the specifics with you. But I mean, after 10 months working with her, and I worked with her for even, longer after that, that's when I'm like, okay, I want to do this work too for women and help them. And then I found my mentors and my coaches in the industry on how to get started and, took it from there. Now, Let me tell you this. If you are at a place to where, like, if you can relate to some of my story to where you're like, okay, I've been doing all this. It's not really fulfilling me anymore. I'm making all this money. I have all these nice things. I'm doing all this cool stuff, but it's not like making me feel the way that I thought it was going to make me feel. And you're kind of like at a crossroads now. You're like, all right, enough is enough. Like, I'm tired of living a shallow, meaningless, just like pretend life. Doing what you think that you should be doing or what is successful or what is good and acceptable. And you're like, this maybe for society and others, but not for me. Yeah. I mean, one, that's your sign that it's time for a change, but two, it's not like you can just up and leave, right? Your financial security, right? So I didn't do that either. Okay. Like I was a nobody in the personal growth industry, life coaching industry. Still to this day, I'm not super popular like some of them, thank goodness, because I don't want all the attention. So how I did my pivot was even still to this day, I still have my life insurance license. I still do life insurance policies, retirement planning, annuity policies for clients that reach back out to me, past clients, people that they refer me to, my family, my friends, which is great because when I have slow months in my coaching practice or when I had my baby 3 years ago, she's a toddler now, but when I had a baby 3 years ago, I was in like full-blown mom mode for a good while. So it was good to have this other income source, right, from my finance insurance career. And I still, again, do to this day because why not? Like now, I just want to speak to this. Now with that finance work, I now do it completely on my own terms. I don't work for any organization. I am contracted with the insurance companies and brokers. So I get to do it how I want to do it. Okay. Which is great because when you work with a certain organization, one, it's super masculine. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is that way still to this day. It's very all about you're as good as your last month. How much business are you writing? How much money are you making? How much are you producing? How many hours are you working? Like, how many conferences are you going to? How many calls are you showing up on? It was a lot of like, performance and celebrity, like look at me, like in the industry. And I no longer have to partake in that anymore. Thank God. Cause it got toxic, it got egotistical, and it just got boring. Like, who cares how much money you make? You're standing on stage, you're telling everybody how much money you make, and good for you. Like, I get it. It's inspiring telling these income stories. But you just get to a point to where it's like, that's not the main goal or purpose of life anymore, just money, right? At least it isn't for me. Shifting into what I do now, helping women change their lives and teaching a lot from personal experience. And I have a method and a process that I take my clients through, right? Doing the healing work, the inner work, and then going ahead and working on the goals and the habits and the future self, right? So it's like a blend of your past life, childhood, and blending in like, okay, who are we becoming now? What's our identity now? So what do those habits look like to really solidify this identity and this new way of being, right? Someone who sets boundaries, someone who doesn't allow anything but mutually beneficial and just healthy relationships, right? Someone who, if it's important to you to feel really good about yourself and healthy and just respect yourself, it comes with a list of habits and a new identity that you have to start building and like solidifying each day by what you do every single day. So that's a lot of the work that I teach now today, but I didn't just go from like my finance career to like really coaching and taking off there. No, I did it very gradually because I also just value not hustling, and I just practice what I preach. Like, I'm a big believer that if you are going to, like in this situation and in this personal story, if you're going to help someone change their life or improve their life, right? Like really create, a life that feels very purposeful and fulfilling and that is, inspirational, aspirational, and just like really feels good, right? Healthy relationships. Like you got to be that example. You got to like have that yourself to like some extent, right? So like I am the product in what I teach. Like I can't teach what I don't know or what I haven't done. Like I can't coach on that, right? So anyway, that happened through years, right? And that's how my coaching practice and clients just continue to build slowly over time. Career change, right? Career pivot, to kind of bring this full circle. You can't like, I'm not saying you can't, like I don't want to tell you can't anything. What I believe is that it's important to be responsible and practical with your timeline of leaving this, what feels like a dead end job, to meaningful work, right? It might be a 1 year, a 2 year, a 3 year, longer, maybe a few months process. You don't want to just leave and up and skip out, especially if you're not financially secure, into a whole new industry. It's like you do both, right? And you just, there's like a dance to it, right? So I kind of shared with you my dance. I still do insurance to this day, and some other finance products and all that. I just now do it on my terms, right? I do like my coaching practice and my coaching clients, and I have this whole business and platform on YouTube, but I do it in a way that feels aligned to me. I'm not on here publishing videos every single day. That's not my life anymore. I'm a mom. My daughter's only at daycare 3 days a week. And again, I don't want to be part of that hustle culture anymore. And I don't want to do things that don't feel aligned to me, right? So now I just get to work on my terms, and their sacrifice came with that. Financial sacrifice came with that. Sacrifice of getting judged, of getting criticized, of getting laughed at, of getting talked about. A lot of friends and family had opinions when I started doing live video. Before it was on Facebook. Now it's on YouTube. They got their opinions, right? So there's sacrifice that comes with a career pivot. There's sacrifice, there's fear, there's uncertainty. There is just discomfort when you are going from something that you've done for so long to something new, but you know that a change is needed, and you know that you're like it's time to live in alignment. Like you do what you have to do. And you don't have to do it alone, right? So it's also just being like mindful of, or not mindful, but really thinking about like, okay, what are your resources? What are some examples? Who can I talk to that is doing what I want to do, right? So it's really just doing your research. It is scheduling conversations, coffee dates, going to some networking meetings. If you are in a place right now to where you're like, okay, I don't want to just career pivot. I actually want to transform a lot of things in my life. If you end up hiring a life coach and they have a community, it's networking within that community of other women, that are on the same path. So yeah, I mean, this and like all of this, right? Like the career pivot, the career change, or the career transition, it happens over time, right? If you want to do it the responsible way. And it happens, you got to be able to make moves, take actions, do things through fear and through discomfort, because it is scary changing what you've done for the past 5, 10, 15, 20 years. But if it no longer is working, right? You've been depressed, you've been anxious, you've been having literal heartaches on Sunday nights, you've been drinking too much, you are within, unhealthy relationships, you aren't feeling good. Think about, okay, what is it that you spend the majority of your hours and time and energy on? Does that play any part? Like your work, your job? Okay. I'm thinking about a client of mine right now. She's in law. She's been in it for a while. She went to school for a long time for it. She spent a good amount of money for her degree to be in her industry. And now she's like, and she's in her, mid 40s, and she's like, I'm done. I'm burnt. This is like bullshit. And she has been working for the past several months on making a pivot in her career. She might still be in law, but she's not going to be the same attorney or be doing the same work that she's been doing for the past almost decade, right? And I'm helping her through this process, okay? The mindset piece, the networking piece, the next steps piece, also a big piece in really believing in yourself and that you are worthy and that you're capable in transitioning careers in the second part of life. It's going to take a lot of you having these self-respecting, self-loving, okay, healthy habit, day-to-day practices that you do. So that's a big piece that we work on as well. And the more that she takes care of herself first, the easier it is for her to get out of her comfort zone and have these conversations over coffee with certain people, and to go to meetings, and to apply for positions, and to just do some other work within the community that very well could lead to what she feels would be more fulfilling for her, that would feel more in alignment with her, right? So it happens over time, and it really starts with you taking care of you first. Because when you take care of you, and I say this too, just in motherhood and just to moms, the better you are, and to the women, right, that are, who want a career pivot in their 40s, 50s, or even, but earlier than that, if you can take care of you, your transition of creating and designing what it is you really want that feels within alignment, it's going to be a lot easier, right? When I started taking better care of myself as a mom, I became more patient, kinder, tolerant, could even make jokes with my daughter when her behavior wasn't ideal. I no longer snapped or freaked out. Now I'm just like, I roll with it because my needs are being met by me. Same with like the career stuff, like back before I transitioned into personal growth and coaching and life transformation work. I had a breakdown. I had to get my, for lack of a better word, shit together, right? I had to heal my trauma. I had to let go of old stories. I had to let go of old identities, let go of old beliefs. I had to let go of, old heartache and betrayal. And feeling discarded and abused. I had to not just let go of that. I had to process it, okay, make peace with it. And then I was able to let it go, right? Some processes that my life coach took me through. And then I was able to be like, all right, I'm transitioning. So it took me about a year. Not every day is perfect. But I got to tell you, it's a big part of me having this luxury mindset. Meaning, again, I feel like I wake up excited each day. I mean, maybe not like, oh my God, life is amazing each day. Like, no, but I wake up feeling good on purpose. I have direction. I have guidance. I know why I'm doing what I'm doing, even on the bad days, or even when I feel like, the needle isn't moving ahead. I still know my purpose and why I'm doing it. That's a luxury mindset, brain, right? Way to feel. Is like you're doing meaningful, purposeful work that matters. Okay. So does this make sense? Was this helpful? If it was, please let me know. Give it a thumbs up. Any comments, anything that you have worked on or that you have done to pivot or transition from one career to another that really helped you, like a huge thing, please share it in the comments below. Or maybe it's not a huge thing, but it's like, yeah, like this one little thing, it's so weird, but it really made a difference. Share it. Please add to what I'm saying, because it will help other women who read the comments. I hope that this video was helpful today for you. And I really hope that you've enjoyed this luxury mindset series. Please go back and watch all the videos. Next week, I am going to be talking about a new series. I'm not quite sure on what that is. So next week, which is actually 2 weeks from today for me, I'm going to be working on that while I'm visiting my family in Europe. So stay tuned. Okay. Subscribe if you've been liking what you've been seeing so far, so you will get notified of that next video and next series toward the end of January. All right. Thank you so much. Bye for now.